Good morning. My name is Michael Arden, and today I'm going to go over one of the major body systems. I'm also currently outside, so you'll hear some wonderful sounds from some red-winged blackbirds. So we're looking at homeostasis and osmoregulation. So what are they? Homeostasis is a process of self-regulation to adjust the conditions that are best for the survival of the individual. What that means is your body basically has a state of well-being that says that there's a certain level it wants to be at to operate properly, and then homeostasis helps signal body parts to get you there. So you're looking at like body temperature, thirst, hunger, those types of aspects. So osmoregulation is a process that keeps the osmotic balance of salt and water across your membrane, so it actually maintains homeostasis. So it's really a form of like osmosis and transferring water around to different membranes. So the major function of homeostasis is, like we said before, it maintains a set point of values in the body of its cells. So we're looking at salt concentration, water concentration, food intake, and body temperature. And then when some type of a change occurs, whether it be internal or external, your body will adjust the system to shift back to that set point. So how does it work? So we have a diagram off to the right here that's looking at thirst or too much water. So we have the water content in the blood is normal. So let's say you drink too much water. So your water content in the blood gets too high. So your brain produces less ADHD, which then low volume of water reabsorbs by the kidney. So it's signaling the kidneys to absorb less water, and then more of that water is going out to waste. So you have a high urine input. And also, we can look at like temperature in your body. So your internal system detection, which is the hypothalamus, and detects a drop in blood temperature. So then it signals your muscles to contract to retain that heat and tries to restore that temperature back to the proper balance. So osmoregulation's major functions are it's a signaling mechanism. So you have total body fluids, distribution of fluids in the body, blood plasma fluid within cells. Are a few examples of the different signaling it's going to look for. So it's also a behavioral and reflexive mechanism. So thirst and sodium appetite related behaviors. So osmoregulation works by basically, like I said before, process of osmosis. So osmoreceptors remove waste in the body through osmoregulation. Hypothalamus again signals the kidneys. And then the kidneys are the main osmoregulatory body in warm-blooded animals. So they filter out blood, reabsorb water, amino acids, and glucose. And then the nephrons in the renal pelvis leads to the urine to the ureter. So again, once you have too much water in your system, you can see by the diagram here on the right. So the renal pelvis there will then absorb that water, send it to the ureter, which is basically a tube that leads down to your bladder, and then you'll pee out that excess water. So how do these interact with other systems? So osmoregulation is actually an example of homeostasis. So again, to maintain that set point, your body will go through osmoregulation. Like I said before, the hypothalamus sends signals to various systems like the stomach, the endocrine glands, and the pituitary glands. And then to maintain osmotic balance, water is absorbed through various organs such as the large intestine and kidneys. So some interesting facts. So there's different methods of maintaining homeostasis within the animal kingdom. So you have ectotherms, which is no internal body control of temperature. So these guys or gals, body temperature reflects ambient temperature. So their body temperature is based on the temperature of the outside. So the way that they kind of help control that, if it's getting too hot or too cold, is they'll burrow underground or they'll lay out in the sun like reptiles do. And then most plants are going to be ectotherms. They don't have any regulation of their own body temperature, so they're under the mercy of the weather outside. So the other side of that is an endotherm, which maintains a constant body temperature regardless of environment changes. So that includes humans. And then some plants are actual thermogenic, providing heated ecosystems in the wintertime. So like your skunk cabbage, during the wintertime, it's its own thermogenic plant. So spiders and other insects will actually crawl up inside of it so that they can stay warm, especially when it snows. And then here's a quick reference list of the references used for this material. Thank you for listening, and hopefully it helped learn what homeostasis and osmoregulation are.